Thank you. And it's my pleasure to be here and introduce some views about digitalizations and technology in elderly care. And I concentrate on persons who live at home with home care services. And I use case Emma when I go through my presentation. So, as we all know, the aging of the population causes different kind of demands for health and social care services and also increases costs. And limited resources have forced us to look new way to produce, deliver services for older people. And also it has changed the way of working. And one solution has been to develop technological solution and also digitalizations. And nowadays, I think it's part of our life and also part of elderly people's lives, also those people who suffer some kind of memory problems. Here you can see some results of from our study, Status of Older People Services survey. And as you can see, the use of technology is rapidly increasing in home care or in elderly care, but especially in home care and in public sector. And of course, the technological markets are rapidly growing also, and supply of products has improved and increased, so we have more alternatives to choose different kind of technological solutions. And here is the other picture. And if we think that Emma is about 80 years old woman who suffers memory problems, and she lives alone at home, supported home care services, we can easily imagine that Emma wears some kind of safety bracelet with GPAs, and she has some kind of security technology at home, for example, door alarms or motion sensors. And that's why Emma can move freely outside home, and of course the family members, they don't have to worry about Emma. Where is the Emma? Is Emma lost? Because they can be safely, and they can think that okay, everything is okay, because if Emma is going somewhere, we can find Emma very easily. And in Emma's home there is some kind of smart home tech elements, for example, fire alarms and a cooker that turn itself off, and this kind of technological solution. And perhaps Emma has a computer with connection to her family, so she can keep touch with her family members. So different kind of technological solution that helps Emma's daily life. But of course, we have to remember to respect Emma's privacy and autonomy. And I can ask you, where is the line between supporting and control? Of course, we don't want that Emma feels like somebody is monitoring or watching her all the day, her activities, what she is doing, where she is going. And we don't want that Emma feels that her home, it's not like a home anymore. So there are many laws, recommendations that protect Emma's autonomy and privacy, and also involve Emma in decision making, so Emma can choose what she will have. But of course, if you have very difficult memory problems, then perhaps it's not possible to do that. And then the family members are very important part in Emma's life. EU General Data Protection Regulations provides a basis for the use of information, but our national legislation complements this in particular regarding patient records, secondary use of data, and biobanking. And then it's very important to explain to Emma why we need different kind of informations, how we use the data, how we protect the data, what are Emma's rights, and also what are the risks when we treat Emma and when we transfer information from each other. And of course, in this case, because Emma has memory problems, we have to talk with the family members too. So, what is digital security? What does it mean in home care? The use of technology and digital have improved quality of life in elderly care, as we heard. But also it has changed the way of working. It has eased staff's work pressure. Perhaps they have more time to spend with the clients. The use of smartphones, laptops are already established practice. When I started work as a home nurse many years ago, of course we don't have any this kind of technological, only the normal phone. So I think that the world has going right direction. The enterprise research planning system is widely used in home care, and it helps in research allocation, but also targeting staff's work. Different kinds of application for communication, video, chat are increasingly part of the service package, also in elderly care. Virtual care is spreading all the time and replaces so-called normal visits. And if you think about Emma, we can give this virtual care, and we can remind, for example, Emma to take her medicine, or Emma can join in lunch group or rehabilitation group. Wireless connection and access to health records make our work much more easier than before. If I think this time when I was working as a home nurse, of course we don't have this wireless access to the health record. So if we have to check something when we were treating clients, we have to go to the office and look the paper, and then we went back. So you can understand that it took time, but now it's easily to check when you are at a client's home. So when these virtual care and remote access are increasing all the time, we also have potential savings, so we can save huge money. And here you can see the picture about Emma's service package. And as we all know, health and social care provision has become more and more decentralized. And the questions are how to ensure the continuum of care, especially on interfaces of services, how we ensure multi-sectoral collaborations, how we ensure Emma's privacy when we act between different actors, and how to ensure smooth, timely, comprehensive information. For example, if Emma falls down, Perhaps she can alarm her self-help, or there is a device automatically alarms help. Who will respond? Who will react and help Emma? And how the information is transferred between all those people who need this kind of information about Emma's situation. How we keeping all relevant parties updated. The trust plays a key role. Emma and her family members, they have to trust that Emma will get help as soon as possible, that we handle Emma's personal information, data, that way that nobody else than those people who need this information can look the information. So there are many, many questions, but of course there are many challenges and opportunities how we handle this system and how we can use digitalization, for example, coordination of the services. Although this data protection is very important area, it's our fundamental right, and legislation determines how personal data must be processed and protected. But this is not all. The digital security, it's much more. This data security means that when I treat my client, I can get all the correct and up-to-date information that I can continue the care. But I don't need all the information about Emma's life or situation or medication. I need only this relevant information that I can continue my work. But I have to have this information available 24/7 in my treatment situation. And of course, I have to handle this information very confidentially way. And when I make some documentation, of course, I have to be sure that there is, I have write them correct. And as you all know, there can be happen everything in the world. So we have to be prepared. Also, in Emma's case, it can be so that there is a storm and trees are falling down, and this causes electricity cut off, or Emma's device may be broken, or there is some kind of system failures. So we have to ensure that the continuum of care will going on, that we can give help to Emma. So we have to make backup plans. We have to be aware of this kind of situations. And the managers have a very important role too. They have to draw up action plans where the process have to act in different situations, in working place, at a client's home, or when we are using virtual connections. All these actions have to be described, also defined roles and responsibilities. And then it's very important to assess, do the staff have enough skills concerning technological and solution and digitalization, or do we need some additional training? So we have to see the holiness, not only a little part of this digital security. Digitalization of care services, health and social care services, provides us a lot of valuable data. And I think that we have to use this data, not collect the data and store it in data pools or databases, we have to use it in improving citizen services, also older people services. In Finland, we have a so-called Act on Secondary Use of Health and Social Data, and the new authority, Findata, started a couple of weeks ago, and this authority grants permits for the secondary use of health and social data in cases where the data of several owners are linked, and in the future also data from private health and social care register. So I think that now we have new possibilities and opportunities to do something new, to create something new. So we will see what happens in the future, but now it's much more easier to use this data. Of course, we have also, if I can say, some other open data or open indicator bank, and here you see some, or one example, Sotkanet indicator bank. It's free of charge for everyone who are interested to look Sotkanet indicator bank, and it's also in English and Swedish, so if you like, you can visit the website. There you can choose indicators and compare them at municipality, regional or national level. And then some words about conclusions. So there are many technological solutions like assistive and security technology or smartphones that are established practices. And then there are practices that are spreading all the time, and technical, for example, virtual care, and then technological solutions like smart homes and interactive TVs. Video calls provide new possibilities for older people in keeping touch with staff or family members, and use of games, apps, and care robots are piloting or are coming in normal, perhaps normal working, way of working. But we have to remember that technology and digitalizations are good servants, but they don't replace the human care and the human being. And use and implementation technology and digitalizations are always a big challenge, of course, for service users, but also for service staff. And it requires cultural changes, new way of working, new skills, and I think what is very important, new attitudes. We have to be open-minded and see what kind of opportunities the technology and digitalization can give us, and not only see those risks and threats and obstacles. And then, of course, we have to discuss about ethical issues, and then we have to remember that there are many Finnish elderly people that they don't have a computer or they don't have internet connections, and of course we have to take care of them too. And here you can see my father. My father started to use internet when he was 89 years old. Now he's almost 93, very good, healthy, and I think that he is quite good internet user at the moment. And here is also my contact information if you like to contact me. But I thank you for your attention.